Big news tonight is Paul Manafort considering a plea with Bob Mueller because he is a convicted criminal. The larger context, though, is Donald Trump's Republican Party. The federal investigation's closing in. Donald Trump's own lawyer pleading guilty last week to a campaign crime, and the real threat that the Republicans could lose control over Congress, something we were just discussing on this show. Well, my next guest is a longtime Republican strategist and speechwriter. He served in 3 different GOP administrations, and he has a blistering new essay in the New York Times calling the, quote, full spectrum corruption of Donald Trump a problem for our nation, saying, quote, everything he touches rots. Now, this is not the first time that Peter Wehner has had these strong warnings about Donald Trump. It was 3 years ago, back when people were making up their minds before the election, that he wrote that Trump would, quote, redefine the Republican Party in his image, and he warned that meant a potential moral decay. Today, Wehner wonders if it may even be too late for this party, saying it has, quote, thrown their MAGA hats over the Trump wall, referring to diehard Trump supporters, and asking, quote, if this tax cut and deregulation and court appointments are worth all of this. I'm joined now by Peter Wehner. He's a senior fellow at the Ethics and Public Policy Center. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
You occupy a position that is difficult. If any of us imagine confronting something that we care about or groups we've worked with for decades, that's never easy. You did it back when it mattered before the election, and you continue to ring this alarm today over the weekend. What made you write this piece in such strong terms this weekend, and what are we learning about Trump's impact on many people in the GOP?
Yeah, the reason I did it this weekend is I had a sense that the corruptions and scandals of Donald Trump are metastasizing, and also that the Republican Party is becoming more servile, more complicit, and more compliant. This has been, as you indicated, an argument that I've been making for a long time. My first piece in the New York Times was actually the month after Trump announced. So I was very worried about him, and I thought that he would redefine the Republican Party. That wasn't my chief worry about him. My chief worry was that he would hurt the nation, which I think he's doing. But I think that he is leaving a crimson stain on the Republican Party, and the worse he gets, the worse they get. And right now, I think it's not just that Donald Trump is corrupt, but that he's corrupted an entire political party virtually.
Well, that's so important, what you say there and what you've written, because it's bigger than the T word, which has become an obsession for the people who support him and those who are concerned about him or even sort of hate watch some of what's happening in the country. The larger concern is the Paul Ryans, the Mitch McConnells, the other people whose names we may not know, who are going along with things that they literally initially ran for office claiming to be against. You write about a Republican Party that used to put what you call ethics, morality, and leadership as part of the character of people that should be in office under the nomination of the Republican Party. Walk us through why that concerns you as well.
Well, there's just the rank hypocrisy of it. You know, Republicans have long believed that, or argued at least, and said that they believed that character mattered in leadership, not just infidelity, but character in the deeper and broader sense. People who had a sense of honor and decency and integrity, that told the truth, that believed that there were higher things and higher callings in life. If you go back and you listen, and your network's done a great job of doing this, to Republicans during the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal, they, one after another, just blistered Clinton because they said that he was a person who lacked integrity. Then to flip it around like that and to say, well, you know, we were just kidding. It really doesn't matter.
Right.
And you get a person like Donald Trump, who is the most corrupt person, I think, who's ever been elected president, in terms of the range and the full spectrum corruptions of his life, personal and private and all of the rest. And then you not only don't challenge him, but you defend him.
Right.
And then you become an institutional anarchist, sort of nihilists, attacking anybody that is going to hold him accountable. That's just really bad. And one of the things it does, there are a lot of bad things from it, but one of the things is that it makes people cynical, makes people cynical about politics and about life, and that's just not right.
Let me play for you a contrast to that, one that has been ricocheting across the weekend with the passing of John McCain.
Right.
Take a look.
I am sure that Senator Clinton would make a good president.
I can't trust Obama. He's an Arab.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with. Serve the people who elected us. Stop listening to the bombastic loudmouths on the radio and television and the internet. To hell with them. The highest income level found a doctor that would say that they had a bone spur. That is wrong.
In closing to our discussion, your reflection on the passing of John McCain.
It's a huge loss. He was a heroic figure. He was courageous, obviously, when he was at war and at a prisoner of war. But he was heroic in politics, too. He was an imperfect man. He said that as well. We all are. But he was a person that was involved in politics and his entire life because he believed in higher and better things. And he strove toward those things. And just because people fall short of that, you can't give up on that enterprise. And he never did. And he is such a stark contrast to the person in the White House now, who is, as best I can tell, a person that has absolutely no interest in honor and integrity. And so at a very moment that we really need people like John McCain, he's now gone from the scene, and he will be sorely missed.
Peter Wehner, I thank you for your clarity. I thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts tonight.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.